Hello, my dragons. Welcome to my daughter's bedroom. And behind me, you'll see the circle of fifths. She's a music major, whatever. Anyway, so after finally getting it all organized about when we were starting class, we figured out, I talked to Kim Krieger, your other professor, to see which schedule we'd follow, because there are, believe it or not, 4 different schedules. So we will be starting tomorrow. And so here's a video today, and I'll put up the syllabus so that hopefully you're printing up the syllabus or have it open on another computer or something, and you're following along with it. So yes, research design and analysis, probably one of the most difficult and tedious courses you're going to have. Probably not the most difficult thus far. It's really not hard. It's just, you know, a matter of getting things done, because in this class, procrastination is definitely your enemy, okay? So that's the one warning that I have for you. Please don't procrastinate, and start as early as possible. It is very similar to the one that we teach here in undergrad, but more oomph. So in our program, we teach the undergrad as if it were a master's class. We teach the master's like it's a doctoral program. So it's going to be a lot. I don't know where we all are as a class individually, in terms of what your research background is like, what you've done before, how you did in statistics, all of that stuff. And on the forum question this week, you'll see for you to do a self-assessment of that. And then on the 6th of February, I'm going to do a more, a better assessment of where you are based on what you do. So don't worry about that for now. But there's a lot of things to do. There's a lot of things to get done, and you're going to do a final research project. And we have a conference to go to, maybe 2. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. So hopefully you have in front of you the syllabus. I have where we meet, when we meet, where we're scheduled to meet, my name, and most importantly, my cell phone number. Some people will do email, some people will do whatever, but the best way to get a hold of me is to text me. So remember that. I'm going to say it again and again. Text me. I always notice a text. If you call my cell phone, it might go into voicemail, and then forget it. Plus, I live near the state forest, and sometimes it just doesn't go through. It's terrible. I have my home phone down there, I think. No, I don't. 419-875-6028. That one has a voicemail that I listen to regularly, so there you go. I also have a Tiffin University phone. I don't even know how to check the voicemails on that. So if you want to call that phone, you go right ahead. But it's like giving it up to the gods. The extension is 3446, but, you know, seriously, text my cell phone. And I'm in McKillop House, same as Hurwitz. Okay. So I gave the course description, the learning outcomes, which I'm sure you'll read over with great enthusiasm. They did make us put that stuff in there. What do you need for this class? Well, we don't have a textbook, which my philosophy is Freud is Freud is Freud. It's not like I'm making up research, okay? Research is research is research, no matter what book you're using. So I just use the stuff that I know. I've been teaching research for like 30-something years. It's one of my absolute favorite classes to teach, and I love to do my own research. I'm currently enmeshed in so much research that I think is a great, fun thing. I love research. So yeah, and then the publication manual for the APA, you don't really need that, but there's some available in the library, and you can use Purdue OWL if you need help on APA format. I don't know what your APA format skills are like. I know that in psychology and law, you had to do a proposal, what you wanted to do your research on in this semester. So if you want me to look at it, just pop me an email, send it by email, lvictor@tiffin.edu, and introduce yourself. Say, hey, this is so-and-so in your research FP class, because I'm teaching 3 research classes. I'm teaching a research for CJ, a research for FP, and an undergrad research too. So yeah, I'm up to my eyeballs in research, and it's going to be difficult for me to know who's in which class. So just say I'm in the Saturday grad FP class, and that's great, okay? We're going to go over some expectations I have for the class and for you. Firstly, I don't want cell phones in class, no texting, no calls, none of that stuff. Turn off your phones, and you know, you really have to pay attention in this class, because it's easy to get lost. And if you do get lost, don't be afraid to stop me, flag me down, go, hey, time out, I don't know what you're saying, you lost me. I guarantee if you're lost, A lot of other people are too. They just don't have the guts to say it. So be that person, and that's fine. I really appreciate that, okay? Because I know this stuff, and I tend to like get all excited and go fast, and then you're sitting there like, oh my God, I lost the definition. So don't be afraid to interrupt and do that. So you're expected to come to class prepared. I'm going to put the topics up there. You don't have to research anything about them ahead of time, but I do expect you to ask questions. Like I said, there's no such thing as a dumb question. The dumb question is the one you don't ask, okay? Class attendance, I put the Tiffin University attendance policy in there. Seriously, if you miss a class, you know, it will be very difficult for you to catch up. Now, we're going into winter. This is they call it spring, but really it's winter. I don't want anybody coming from a long way to miss a class. I mean, to come to a class in bad weather. So if it's bad weather, forget about it. They're taping all the classes now anyway, so you'll be able to watch the tape, but then you won't be able to ask the questions you want at the time. You can always call me. You can set up a FaceTime appointment. If you go on Facebook, if you have a Facebook account, my Facebook account is Liz Victor, and you'll see a picture of me with the Student Research Council, and there I will be there, you know, with them. We have our little Tiffin University shirts on, research shirts on, and then you'll know it's the right thing. Send me a friend request, and if you want a Facebook Messenger kind of thing where we talk and discuss things, that would be great. Just text me and say, hey, I sent you something on Facebook, can you check it out? And we can set up an appointment, okay, to do like a FaceTime thing. I don't have an iPhone. I don't like anything. I have an Android. I know there's a way to do it on Android, but you know what? No. Anyway, so we can do a Facebook thing. I have something about cheating, don't cheat. And then if you cheat, don't lie, because see how that's two things and not one thing? And then I'm on the disciplinary committee for that anyway, so please don't do that. My honor code is a student will not lie, cheat, or steal, nor tolerate any of those who do. Okay? That noise, that's my cat trying to break in, so just ignore it. Maybe he'll go away. So don't cheat. That's a bad thing. And you could fail the class, and you have the opportunity to get an X by your name for the class. FX goes on your transcript, and good luck trying to get into another program with an FX, because it's universally known that an FX means cheating. So yeah, so that's a bad thing right there. What else? You can email me. I will try and be diligent about my email. I tend to get overwhelmed with emails easily. Like I said, texting is the way to go. Okay. I'm looking at the syllabus on another computer because I ran out of ink, so I have to do it by this way. So I'm sure you're all dying to know what you're going to be graded on. Well, there are 10 things this semester that you're going to be graded on. I know, there's only 14 weeks, so that's like something every week, but they're not all every week. So the very first thing you're going to do, oh, it says a major field project. Just disregard that. I don't know why that is, because it's from violence and aggression. I don't know what. I got to take that out. Okay, anyway, the bio is the first thing. So there's a grading rubric on the end of the syllabus that says the things that have to go in the bio. Basically, it's like this. If you make a cell phone video of yourself, upload it to YouTube and say, here's the link, you'll get an A, a video of you answering the questions that are at the end of the syllabus. If you do a written one with a couple of pictures in it, that's a B plus. If you just do the write-up, that's a B. If you do an average job, it's a C write-up. If you do a terrible job, it's a D. And if you don't do it at all, of course, that's an F, okay? So that's the very first thing. It's the easiest thing that you'll do all semester. So get that in. It's due by January 22nd at 11:55 p.m., almost midnight, in the Moodle Dropbox. If it's late, it's no good, okay? So get that in. And I would start doing that early in case you decide, I'm going to just put the MP4 up there. And then you run into technical problems, then you'll have to call ITS, and then they will take their time. Or sometimes students have made a long video and they decide to put it up in pieces, which will require help from ITS. And then meanwhile, the clock is tick, tick, tick about when it's due. So yeah, I think the easiest thing is to just upload it to YouTube and send the link on in a Word document. Here's a link, boom. Okay, do not email them to me. Do not, okay? Moodle. Then the research proposal idea form is due on January 31st by 11:55, almost midnight. And that's it goes in the Moodle Dropbox. That's you telling me about your proposal and what your idea is for your research project, okay? You can, in this class, work in groups of 3 if you like, but I'm not your marriage counselor, and you know, you have to, you know, work it out if you come into difficulties. If you are going to do a thesis, then you have to decide ahead of time how you're going to divvy that up. What if you work with someone who, you know, all 3 of you want to do a thesis? Then we have to have some advanced planning. So you can do it with 3, you can do it with 2, you can just do it by yourself. It's up to you. I'm not going to get into your little marital squabbles, so keep that in mind. And if, let's say you do a group of 3 and then one person says they're going to do all the work and I'm just going to get the grade, you can fire that person, okay? You can fire that person, and the person who's fired has to either do it by themselves or find another group that's willing to risk taking them on, okay? So don't be the fired person. If you're going to do a group of 3, do your share, okay? Yeah, so that's the thing about that, okay? So research proposal idea form. Some of you can hand that in right away and say, hey, I'm doing this. Just ask me for the form. It's a form that you just have to fill out. I got to put the form up there. And then you just turn that back in on Moodle and we're good to go, okay? So after the idea form, proposal idea form goes up, then you really have to spend some time talking to me about how we're going to do your research, okay? Usually students will come to me and they have all these great ideas. They're going to do this, they're going to do that, they're going to do 3 PhD projects. No, it's just a simple project. That's what we're going to do. So we really have to work that out. So make an appointment and we will talk together on Facebook or the phone. If you live in, so I'll be on campus after February 2nd, because that's the day, the on-campus day that everything starts. So I'll be in my office when I have classes. Tuesday and Friday is when I have class. I have class from 12:30 to 3:30 on Tuesday and Friday. But I could come in a little bit early if somebody wants to talk, or stay a little bit later if someone wants to talk. Or if you live in the Toledo area, we could meet at a Panera, I don't know, something like that. No need for both of us to go all the way to Tiffin just to talk. Or we can always do a Facebook thing or phone call or something like that. So that's fine too, but we really, really, really have to plan what it is that you're going to do and get that down in detail. And then on 8th February, in class, that's not right. The IRB ready research proposal will be due, this says 14th February, but I think it means 13th February. So I still have to tweak the syllabus. I'm going to do this after I do the video. I think it means 13th of February. That's when it's due. It'll be due online and in person. I want a handwritten one in class, February 13th, signed by each member of the group that's doing it, in pen, black ink, signed and dated, okay? And then scanned into Moodle, okay? Because then it has to go to the IRB, all right? And we'll have some discussions about what forms to use, because there are a lot of different forms, which one you have to do if you're going to do a thesis, which one you're going to have to do if you're going to do the conference, which you're going to do the conference for this class, but it's a different university conference. If you want to go present someplace else, an international conference, a national conference, a regional conference, that's fine. Right now, the national conference in CJ, sorry, the international conference in CJ, which was scheduled for March, has been canceled already. Next fall, there's one in Chicago, an international one, and there's a regional one in Chicago. So if you are interested in doing that one, I already have a grad student online who's going to do it, and that should be a lot of fun too. So if you're interested in that, let me know. And that one's going to be due February 13th. Okay. The first exam will go hot. It's all take home. Don't think it's going to be easy if it's take home. They're hell. I'll talk more about that in the next video. I'm going to stop this here and then I'll pick up with the test because they need more time. Okay. Be right back in a second. I got to figure out how to stop. Did I turn this on? How to stop. There we go.